Welcome back to Storrs, Connecticut, home of the Division I Field Hockey Championship. Northwestern and North Carolina getting set to go here, just moments away from the pass back. And first for the Wildcats, keep an eye on their midfield. They are led by one of the key players, Defensive Player of the Year, Caleb Blass. Extremely important on the defensive sets as well as the offensive pieces in setting up their scoring. For North Carolina, they too are very solid for Karen Shelton's team in the midfield, led by the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, number 2, Meredith Shoulder. Tar Heels in white, light jerseys will have the pass back, Peyton Worth to Erin Matson, and picked up right away off of the miscue, Bente Bakers. The wind and the cold certainly going to be a key factor here. Erin Matson trying to break up that play right now, and the Tar Heels moving quickly. Peyton Worth brings it back, Smolinars. The crossing ball through and up over Matson's stick. Here's Sessa with the shot. Ricocheted off a defender. Skubish also in the back for the defense. And the goalkeeping, a solid junior for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Leah, you talk about Annabelle Skubish. She's one of the best, if not the best, goalkeeper in the country. She came up with some very clutch saves against Maryland in the semis. She's been an absolute rock in goal for the Cats.
Be a hit coming in a little bit too dangerous off of the defensive stick as Meredith Shoulder just outside the circle. And there you see Annabelle Skubish. We were both extremely surprised to see that Skubish had been kept off the postseason accolades for the Big Ten. We know there's so many great goalkeepers around the country. This loose ball out in front. It'll be a hit coming out, but really surprised because of her athleticism, just her abilities and numbers that she's put on this season. The Wildcats moving quickly the opposite way, and Suzanne, some of your blueprints to watch for them this afternoon.
Yeah, for Northwestern, drawing corners and a compact defense. Drawing corners, they've been absolutely stellar on executing corners this season. And you know, we saw earlier the powerful sweep of Bente Bakers. That's their calling card. So making sure they're drawing corners and executing is going to be mission critical for the Cats. And compact defense, they're going to face a team in UNC that has a lot of firepower. So staying organized, staying compact, while specifically not giving up corners in their defensive end is crucial, especially in the low percentage areas of scoring.
Ball a little bit too far out of the reach of Riley Heck, the freshman of the year in the ACC, and the Wildcats looking to work off the pressure and get this ball to the outside quicker. Tracy Fuchs had told us yesterday, connecting, one-touch passing being so important with her squad.
Well, that simple connection, they love to work the ball. They've got a lot of speed on the outside, so they love to work the ball up the outside. That's something that they've done very well all season long, getting the ball up the outsides and into their attacking third. And so that's going to be mission critical. Again, they're facing a really feisty press, and so being able to work that ball up quickly is going to be very important as well for
Good rush
Northwestern.
on for the Wildcats. Cornelius trying to work herself back inside. This is something that Northwestern was extremely patient with yesterday. The overplay, the takeaway by Heck. As she looks ahead, does not have the numbers. And the defense and the build for the Wildcats trying to come back and help out. Erin Matson working quickly, and for that, the Carolina blueprints this afternoon.
Yeah, defensive organization. This has been mission critical to the Tar Heels all season long. You know, we've heard Coach say multiple times over the past week, Leah, defense wins championships. The Tar Heels are super speedy and can turn defense into attack so quickly.
Heck trying to get a backhand shot off, and nicely done. Broke up there by Kayla Blass.
And then relentless attack for the Heels. You know, North Carolina came out of the gates against both Penn State and St. Joe's so strong. They controlled the tempo, and they want to make sure to do just that again this afternoon.
Miscue, and that ball goes back to the Wildcats. How quickly can they be? Buckers. Up ahead, looking for a good crossing ball. Nice job by Abigail Taylor to knock that one out. And Shoulder trying to get it up ahead. This one will scoot slowly downfield. And with the turf not being allowed to be watered today, that too can also be a little bit of a factor as these players have to adjust.
Absolutely. The ball is going to be a lot bouncier, so we're going to really see that come into play, Leah, when it comes to the corners and being able to trap that ball at the top of the circle. So we're going to see a bouncier ball, but luckily for the players, it's not going to be icy. We saw a lot of players on Friday slipping and sliding on the turf. We're not going to see that as much today because it is dry, but you are going to see more of a bounce to that ball.
Nice slide pass up to Sessa, looking to eliminate. Held whistle, and we will have a penalty stroke. A penalty stroke is called.
You see this ball received by Sessa. The defender goes for Sessa's body, not for the ball, giving that a stroke call.
Erin Matson will take the stroke. She is 5 for 5 on the season. Team is 6 for 6 on the year. And turned away by Scoobish.
And what a save by Annabelle Scoobish. That is the first stroke missed all season long by Erin Matson. And a fantastic stick save for Annabelle Scoobish.
Back to live action. Inside the circle once again. And a good job clearing. Wildcats trying to find some room. And the speed of Maddie Zimmer accelerating with a nice pass back to the outside, and unfortunately Katie Jones cannot run on to that ball. We're at a different level today on the field for our vantage point, Suzanne, and with the speed of Zimmer, you can really appreciate just how quick she could turn on the jets.
Yeah, and you saw that too. And not only the jets that she turned on, but you saw her look up, you saw the great vision to be able to throw that lead ball into space, looking for Katie Jones. Just a little too hard, but yeah, you know, it is fun to be down from our tower from the semis and very close to being on the field here.
Our vantage point just a little bit too dangerous to be in today with the high winds here in Storrs, Connecticut, roughly 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts that has brought the temperatures around game time to about 22 degrees. So that certainly changes the feel and the grip of the sticks for these players. How do they handle the ball and just movements on the field?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just like with any sport with a bat or a stick, when the temperatures drop, you're going to feel that stick or bat reverberate in your hands. It's not going to feel good when you make contact. So, you know, making sure to keep your hands warm. You do see some of the players wearing some additional gloves. Not all of them. You know, some people don't like the feel of gloves, but that stick is going to definitely reverberate more so than usual in the cold.
Lisa Slinker in the game for the Tar Heels now, trying to maneuver through the defense and get by Aaliyah Marshall. And off of the delayed whistle, off of the foot, that ball comes back. And a corner opportunity. This is the first corner opportunity for either team in the game.
See the foot there before the clear of the defense. And, you know, Leah, I know we've talked a lot about Erin Matson and her firepower at the top of the circle, but keep an eye out for number 17, Sietska Bruning. She's got a great sweep, and North Carolina has some great tippers to be able to get in for a straight shot from Sietske Bruning.
Matson winds up, loose ball out in front, rebound. Sessa trying to put it away, and a nice job. And cleaned off there by Skubish. It'll be a hit coming out.
Again, you see the straight shot there. Aaron Matson, Sietske Bruning kind of shuffling back and forth, a little melee, but a ball coming out.
Men's college basketball tonight at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. It'll be number 4 Kentucky taking on the second-ranked Gonzaga. Stands are packed here in stores for this opportunity to watch these two incredible teams play for this Division I title today. Lined up along the railings as well. Play on is called. A little bit too harsh with the stick hack there. Diana McLean, the head umpire for today's game. She's doing a little preventive officiating. Legan Marshall has Maddie Zimmer on the sidelines there. They decide to go up and over, and unfortunately, just a little bit too far ahead for Zimmer. Tomasi's ball a little bit too hot as well.
That was a save, and it was like it was an attempt.
That'd be a hit coming out the opposite way. Trying to go with that big ball to see if they could get something to happen with players sprinting down the field.
But that doesn't make sense when they should.
Get back! Slide, Maddie! Maddie, slide! Step up! Two!
The takeaway in some space. Matson is ahead. Trying to get it to Kennedy Klingett and broken up. Great job once again. That is one thing all tournament that Northwestern has done is come back and help out in layers.
Yeah, you know, they really do a good job of recovery, and you can't say enough great things about Ana Medina Garcia. You know, she took over at center back mid-season after an injury to Zivanovic for the Cats, and she has just done an exceptional job playing that center back position. She was playing in the midfield and an attacking midfield, and so to go back and kind of really hold down the fort for the Cats has been pretty exceptional for number 20.
Big ball broken up there by Tomasi. Shoulder spins out of it, goes back to Tomasi. He'll bring that ball back to the outside. It will stay with the Tar Heels. But the Wildcats have some numbers back here now to defend. Be a long hit for Carolina. Karen Shelton in her 42nd year as the head coach. 5-time National Coach of the Year and the 12-time ACC Coach of the Year. Tar Heels have won 9 national championships. trying to make it a 10th today, which would set them apart from ODU, who also has 9 national championships. Maryland with 8th. And of course, the University of Connecticut, our hosts, with 5. Madsen trying to run up onto this ball. Met by Klaus there, trying to slide it back. And fortunately for Aaron Madsen, it was into a space, but a corner called, saying it went off of a foot in the circle.
And a smart play there by Aaron Madsen. She knew that she was well in front, only had one other player. It was really a 4-on-2. Spins around, able to find a foot. Got lucky a little bit as she spun around and it caught a foot of a defender in the circle. So corner number 2 for the Heels.
44th quarter in the first quarter for the Tar Heels this season. They have out-cornered their opponents by 44-14 in the first stanza of play. Madsen with the big ball hits! And they say no, it was too high. It did not hit the boards. It is coming out.
Yeah, too high there on the bounce. And a
look out!
Beautiful ball.
Here's Benta on her backhand. Stops. Rene Ricardo got back and a little hesitation there. And how quickly things went from one end to the other.
You talk about a clutch play. Rene Ricardo coming up huge for the Heels defense there. And Mayor Shoulder able to recover and come back and help out there as well. I mean, wow. You talk about defensive organization. It was right there, Leah.
And we almost went right back at the opposite end with Riley Heck. Annabelle Scoobish was anticipating it, had come out as well, but that ball went a little bit too far, and so will be a hit coming out for the Wildcats. Rene Ricardo just taking it down into the safety area. And that will do it. The first quarter of the championship game in the books. The speed of this one, hold on. It's a wild one of a first quarter of play with the national championship on the line. Come back for quarter number 2 after these messages. Both coaches told us over the last few days the importance of the defense, leading the offense, and defense wins championships. Well, the defenses stood tall in that first quarter of play as we are scoreless here from Storrs, Connecticut. Suzanne, phenomenal job. And the Phenoms offensively trying to get going today in both Benta Bockers and Aaron Madsen.
Yep, both players scoring 30+% of their team's individual goals. And you can see just how potent these offenses are and how quickly they turn defense into offense. You saw a penalty corner there by UNC and a quick turnover over to Northwestern. Benta Bockers is there, but clutch defense for UNC holds them at bay.
Second quarter set to go here from Storrs. As we take a look at the first quarter stats and that keynote of corners and the opportunities. Clearly, UNC has had their chances, but the bursts that Northwestern has had has put them back to that level playing field of opportunities.
Yeah, you know, Leo, when we saw them play on Friday against Maryland, we were actually shocked at the pace of the play. It wasn't what we were used to seeing from Northwestern. Today, though, Leah, another ball game. This is the Northwestern team and the speed of play that we expect to see from not only Northwestern, but also North Carolina. They love the pace.
Talking with some of the Northwestern players and their families over the last few days. We've talked about the speed and the importance of Maddie Zimmer, that middle of the field connection for Northwestern. And Zimmer showed some accelerating speed late in the game against Maryland as UNC trying to get that ball inside the circle, a little push off the back. That first quarter certainly was a reflection, as we will have a corner of both teams' capabilities of outbursts.
Again, another good spin move, finds the foot in a defender for another corner for North Carolina. It's their third of the game. So far, we've seen a pair of straight shots from Aaron Matson. And so now, Leah, now's where things are going to get fun. North Carolina is going to start playing. They've got a lot of threats, a lot of weapons at the top of the circle. We're going to start to see them play with the ball a little bit more.
The setup, Matson settles it down. Setska Bruning with the shot. And it'll be a long hit as that was deflected off of a defender unintentionally.
And Leah, that right there, that stick stop on that corner was exactly what we talked about with the dry turf. It's gonna have some bounce to it.
Once again, the opportunity here for the Tar Heels on the corner. As the corner is now inserted. Deke again, and up over the top, and tipped in. I believe it was Riley Heck who got a stick on it, and the Tar Heels are on the board.
Picture perfect execution, a great stop, a little fake there, the sweep from Setska Bruning, and the touch from Riley Heck finds the back of the goal. North Carolina up 1-0 here in the second.
Take it away. Peyton Worth up the side. Zimmer and Aaliyah Marshall are there to break it up. It will remain Tar Heel ball.
North Carolina goal, scored by number 12, Riley Heck. Assist to number 17, Setska Bruning.
North Carolina being very patient and very meticulous when threading the ball through. You're seeing them move the ball around their defensive goal quite a bit. Being patient, waiting for the defensive unit from Northwestern to shift, to find those pockets. So not only are they doing the small connection pieces, but they're looking for that long threaded ball as well as the defense shifts.
Setska Bruning picking up the assist on the goal. And for Riley Heck, her 18th of the year.
Super smart play there by Peyton Halsey, looking up, knowing that she doesn't have a play downfield, just finds a foot.
Kayla Blass right on the doorstep there of Erin Matson to break up that play. She is really trying to be in position to take that ball away. Here come the Cats on the charge inside the circle. Crossing ball is there and broken up by Ramey Ricardo and a bevy of white jerseys trying to mark tightly once again. Defense for the Wildcats doing all they can right now just to kind of slow up the pace of play. And a big ball ahead. And the pressure cleared off. Looking for an obstruction or a foot. It will stay with the Wildcats. They'll have to bring it back, though. Good connection on the short balls.
And that's what Northwestern loves to do. They love to maneuver the ball to the right-hand side, find that little give and go, those simple connections.
Quicker pace and just that little hesitation and looking up by Relford, who had a goal in the semifinals, an open goal to basically seal off the victory, the game winner against Maryland.
A great little defensive play there by Riley Heck. You saw Chloe Relford come up to scan the field, and it was just a little takeaway from behind from Riley Heck.
Peyton Worth trying to go back to the outside, loose ball. Heber trying to chase it down. Nice job defensively between Heber and Blas. Here's Sessa with some space to move. Big ball ahead. Up ahead to Worth.
Oh my God.
Trying to slide it across.
Wow, good defense.
Defense is there, Kubish is there, and a great job defensively once again by the Wildcat defense.
That was a fantastic ball. Great vision by number 3, Ashley Sessa, to connect with Peyton Worth inside the circle. And a lot of ping-ponging around in the circle. Ultimately, Northwestern ball coming out.
Sessa on blast now. And a hard whistle. Love the fact that these officials are allowing these young ladies to play, keeping the cards in. They know what's at stake.
Yeah, emotions are high, but again, you want to see aggressive play, but you want to keep the players safe, and the officials are doing a really good job making sure that they strike that balance.
The NFL returns to Mexico City. Tomorrow's Monday Night Football matchup, San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. An important NFC West matchup, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Coverage begins with Monday Night Football Countdown at 6 p.m. Eastern. Wildcats trying to work quickly here as that ball is brought back to the 25. Now working their way in. Peyton Halsey with a solid cross. Abigail Taylor able to knock it out. Clearly had a solid angle on that, Suzanne, to get it up to Matson, who is now at midfield. Has Worth ahead.
Such speedy outletting. It's been the bread and butter for the Tar Heels. And it all started with the clear off the pads.
Side in for the Tar Heels. Carolina outscoring opponents right now at a rate of 82-20. Their defense has only given up an average of about 7 shots per game to the opponents. Trying to make it very uncomfortable for the Wildcats right now. Sienna Ricardo trying to feed it up to Heck and Worth. But this is a Northwestern team, Suzanne. Good reason that they are called the Cardiac Cats.
Yeah, Leah, don't ever count the Cats out.
They are outscoring opponents 40-16 in the third and fourth quarters. A lot of hockey left. Potential tip, loose ball out in front. Skubish with easy knock away, and the ball will be retained by Carolina.
And such composure by Skubish to come on. She scanned the field, realized there wasn't any offensive threats, knew she could come off her angle to be able to take that ball.
Sessa back into the game, looking to cutting back into the middle of the field and broken up. Once again, a great job. Wattis was there with the key piece. Up to Bentabakers.
Yeah, what a tackle there by Wattis. Just in the right place at the right time. Applies the tackle outside the circle. Comes up with that turnover. We're off to the races, Leah.
Yeah.
Back and forth. It's like a tennis match.
Tracy Fuchs, her 4th straight NCAA tournament appearance and coming home here to Storrs, Connecticut, where she led the UConn Huskies to a national championship back in '85, one of 5 banners along Nancy Stevens Field. "14 seasons that Tracy has been at Northwestern. And this is the 2nd consecutive year that these two teams have met in NCAA tournament play. Here's Matson on the takeaway, trying to slide it to Sessa, and denied. Ball inside the circle, a little bit too high and dangerous, and it will be a hit going out. Solid defense once again. I believe it was Maddie Zimmer there, number 8,
Yeah.
who clogged it up and got that turnover, key turnover.
Yeah, great recovery there by Zimmer to be able to come in and intercept that ball.
Here comes Maddie. Look at that head up. Looking for her options on either wing. And a nice job and a nice soft pass to Cornelius. Maddie's mom, Erin, a former All-American at William and Mary, was a speedy one back in her day as well. Here's a ball inside the circle. Looking for a foot, and we have our first corner for the Wildcats. And we will have our first review as well. It looks like Carolina's going to challenge it, Suzanne.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi. That's so cute. I like have something for my daughter. I swear a piece of sand flew
CC,
and like lodged itself.
and they're looking for a sick foul prior to that. All right, thanks.
Chris
Is
Pothier,
this your microphone?
our official,
I thought that's where I was
handling
like,
the reviews this afternoon. So they're looking for a stick hack or a stick
Yep.
foul, so to speak,
We have said a lot of
prior to that corner being called.
because yes, they probably tell us Friday. I was standing next to
Yeah, so it did look like the defender came up with that ball initially,
we were standing by the microphone down there.
The microphone.
and Halsey may have stick hacked there.
Like you seemed official. I was like, I don't know.
Based on that review there, I think North Carolina definitely has a case in this referral.
Well, if people can listen to us talk about what's happening.
The ball just dribbles through. Halsey gets the ball, loses control a little bit
With like a nice
Comes
perspective,
through.
a nice Northwestern.
with the stick hack. So the call on the field is a corner. It has to be
Ayana,
conclusive.
I have a decision for you. There was a foul prior to that, stick foul. Northwestern keeps a referral, and you restart with the 15-meter. UNC keeps the referral, sorry.
There we go,
Thanks.
clarification there by Chris Pothier. So nice job there in recognizing that. There'll be a hit coming out, a 16 coming out.
Oh no way! So
For the Tar Heels, they will retain their referral. So a big moment, taking away the penalty corner for Northwestern.
Yeah, that would have been a big momentum boost heading into halftime with that corner.
And that will do it. We are at the half. 30 minutes of hockey in the books. And 30 more to determine a national champion here in Storrs, Connecticut. The Tar Heels leading it 1-0. We're at the half. Welcome back to halftime of the Division I Field Hockey Championships from Storrs, Connecticut. Leah Secondo and Suzanne Bush with you, and a special weekend as well for the seniors of this game as Division I players. Their final game and an opportunity to get together one last time. 38 special players.
Yeah, you know, it's split up into two teams. It's one more opportunity to throw on the jersey, play with your sisters for one more game. It was a great opportunity for these seniors to be honored in their contributions to the sport and all that they've overcome over the last few years with COVID and so forth.
Teams were split up. Team Stevens, appropriate, this field being named after Nancy Stevens, and of course Team Grunt with one of the key pieces in Title IX, the former Iowa coach and legendary coach of the University of Iowa. That is a special moment captured right there with all those players.
Again, such a perfect moment to put a capstone on these seniors' careers and what they've gone through. And we've got 15 seniors on both of these squads that will be competing for their respective teams one more time.
You think about all the adversity that these student athletes have had to go through over the last 4 or 5 years especially. They've hung with it. They are made their opportunity on the field hockey field as well as in the classroom. Great examples of student athletes across the country. We'll have much more for you here on the Half from Storrs, Connecticut, site of the Division I Field Hockey Championship. Stay with us. Welcome back to Storrs, the national championship game with the Tar Heels leading 1-0. But hold on, we still have 2 more quarters to play, and we know what the capabilities are of the Wildcats. So this one is far from over, Suzanne.
Cardiac Cats, we keep talking about them. We know that they are a second half team, so I have a feeling it's going to be a whole different ball game come third quarter.
Now, the Tar Heels did have many opportunities in the first 2 quarters of play, but no doubt about it, Annabelle Skubish was there making a big save early on.
Yeah, Annabelle Skubish has been sensational in cage. She's notched 6 saves already in the first half. We saw her save that stroke and multiple shots here. North Carolina really putting on the offensive attack here, but it's the corner that Riley Heck able to get a tip on and puts North Carolina ahead heading into the second half.
Take a look at the stats, extremely lopsided, though there were a number of chances, especially in different spurts for the Wildcats. Connection needs to be there.
Well, the connection, but you got to give a lot of credit to UNC's defense. They're stepping up huge. We saw Romeo Ricardo playing lights out so far today, coming up with some big defensive interceptions so far this game.
Attacking positives, especially once you hit the 25, you've got to be able to finish. Execution so important in the final 30.
Yeah, how successful are these 2 teams once they cross their 25?
Wow.
Are they getting corners? Are they getting shots? You can see the stats there. North Carolina finding some good circle positives, getting into their 25 times, and they've got a success rate of 100%. You talk about stats you want to see. That's it, Leah.
Well, we are playing at such a fast pace today because there's a special group of ball boys joining us this afternoon on the sidelines. That's the Yale baseball team. They're getting ready for the season, and they've been able to help out and keep this game at an incredible fast pace. They've worked a number of championships. They love the setting to be here and a big piece of this championship game this afternoon.
Yeah, shout out to the Yale baseball team. They talk about, we got to talk to them before the game. They absolutely love the sport of field hockey, and they love being part of these championships and helping out these athletes on the field be as successful as they've been so far today.
Bula bula to the Yale Bulldogs. Way to go. And helping out here at the University of Connecticut for a championship game in Division I, the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Northwestern Wildcats. Quarter number 3, getting set to go here from Storrs. Final huddle broken for the Tar Heels as the Wildcats already out in the field. They'll have the pass back here to start the third quarter of play.
Because I thought it was the woman standing next to me, and then she's like, no. Yeah, that's my point.
And we are underway. No big ball by the Wildcats trying to pin the Tar Heels down. They're going to try to carry it in.
Well, again, they love, oh, now they're going to throw the aerial ball. They wanted to move up maybe 10, 15 yards first before throwing that aerial ball.
In case you joined us late, it was a Riley Heck goal off of a corner that has mounted to the only score this afternoon, a tipped ball from Siska Bruning.
Oh, I get it.
And with the Tar Heels in possession and quickly taken back by the Wildcats. This is a great opportunity here for Northwestern, taken away and knocked ahead. Suzanne, some of your adjustments to the blueprints. First for Carolina here in the third.
Honestly, their keys to the game, defensive organization and relentless attack. I do believe they've stuck to that game plan to a T. They've come up with a lot of turnovers. Their defense is coming up with some big stops, and they have put the relentless attack on. 10 shots so far in the first half, and Ashley Sessa come off the field.
Ashley Sessa being attended to here. Backhand of that stick catching her nose area, so obviously you cannot have blood showing on the field. Sessa leaving, she will certainly be back. Big ball in the circle, tipped away.
Chloe Relford in a great position there on the far post. The ball, again, because the turf is dry, is bouncier today than you normally would see a wet turf be. And Relford she's in a great position, but the ball skips over her stick there.
For those of you maybe a little bit unfamiliar with the sport of field hockey, the reasoning, Suzanne, why the turf is actually watered in between quarters and halftime?
You know, it keeps the ball much smoother along the surface, and so it plays the game very fast. It keeps the ball smooth and on the turf. It keeps it from being what it is today, a bouncy, dry turf. So, a different feel for sure for a national championship game for two teams, but they knew coming into this, hey, we're going to be in Connecticut. The temperatures are going to be low, and there is an opportunity that there's a chance that they're not going to be able to water the turf because it's going to freeze and it'll be too icy to be safe for the athletes.
We went from about 50 degrees on Wednesday to very high winds overnight, and it's been the wind gusts that have dramatically changed the setting, which makes it feel like about 17 degrees out here on the field. But you know what, when you're playing for a national championship, just bring the ball out in the field, right, and play in any conditions.
Well, yeah, and these athletes are conditioned. We saw Northwestern a couple days ago at their home field. They were playing in the snow, and so they're no strangers to cold weather. All of these players are used to playing in cold weather, but it has been a fairly mild fall, Leah.
Yes.
And so this is really the first time that they've competed in cold weather. Maybe not practiced in cold weather, but competed in pretty frigid temperatures.
Absolutely, and you think about it, that we've talked about it all season long, the parity in the country. I can think of 297 plus other teams that would like to have this setting today, to be in their uniforms one more time and to be able to hoist that championship trophy at the end of the day. Still tending to Ashley Sessa on the sidelines is the North Carolina training staff. Key piece to the offensive attack. But Riley Heck, the freshman of the year, number 12 in white, the only one with the ball. And a good job by the Wildcat defense once again to kind of knock that ball away. Tight marking in the circle. Advantage to Carolina right now, and that will be just inside the circle. Ball will continue. And with that, a break here for the Wildcats. Wattis gets it in quickly, trying to get it to Bente Bakers. Suzanne, your blueprint adjustments for Northwestern here.
Yeah, we saw them almost draw a corner with 3 seconds to go in the first half, but unfortunately was overturned. They need to draw corners and then execute. They have to get in the circle and get some positives inside the attacking third, and then compact defense. They're doing a pretty good job. There's been a lot of back and forth, but it's that corner piece. They've got to get some corners, get those numbers up situations. that give them the advantage to execute those corners.
Bente Bakers with a solid diagonal pass, just a little bit too hot for Peyton Halsey to handle there. Madsen tracks it and spins, gets out of it. And by Mira de Garcia. And with that, a corner will be called. Too aggressive on that tackle.
Yeah, just too aggressive there by Medina Garcia. We see Ashley Sessa come back after getting, I think, some butterflies on her nose, and she will be now wearing number 40, in place of her number 3 jersey.
So check that if you're watching at home and you handle the scoring because of blood on the jersey. That jersey has to be changed. So Sessa wearing number 40 now. Normally number 3 as she gets set to insert.
Penalty corner for North Carolina to be taken by number 3, Ashley Sessa.
They set it up for Breen. Little difficulty on the stop. Pass across, and it'll be a long hit. And that all came for that mishandling. We've seen that a couple of times this weekend. Very uncharacteristic by a number of teams. But inside the circle, here's Heck, and a nice kick save. Just got off the toe of Scoobish for the save.
Yeah, that was a great shot there, a great take by Riley Heck. She knew the space was to the right. She takes the ball to her right-hand side, able to get a quick shot off, but Scoobish on her angle does a really good job reading that ball off the stick of Heck, able to get her right kicker on that ball for a clear.
Heck with the spin. Nice job, and really denied on that takeaway. Once again, Kayla Blass.
Yeah, you've seen UNC multiple times now. That was probably the 3rd or 4th time, Leah, that we've seen that spin move. And that's a control thing. They know that the turf is really bouncy, so they don't want to hit the ball and have it be a high ball because it's going to bounce. And so they're keeping their ball in their stick. That spin move allows them to get more momentum, more velocity on that ball, entering it into the circle. And so we've seen them utilize that tool a lot so far in today's game.
Slinkert trying to slide it through. Wattis with the ball. Off of the turnover. Can't control it, goes back to the Tar Heels. Ricardo to Madsen. Ashley Sessa back out into the field. You can see that little butterfly over the cross of her nose. 9 goals on the season. And the young bright stars, freshman-wise, for Carolina, one of the 12 different scorers this season for the Tar Heels. No obstruction called. Everyone was looking for it. Aaron Chris maybe needed to play that ball through just a little bit more to retain that call.
Yeah, you got to force the issue a little bit more. There is an element of salesmanship in some of the calls that you get, specifically an obstruction, a body obstruction.
Zimmer. Well, Clapton defense just smothering, getting back and helping out here.
Yeah, great save there by Sietska Bruning. Again, defense for UNC has been absolutely locked down.
Madsen settles it back. And Maddie Zimmer looking up. Has Bente Bakers way ahead. Very difficult to get it that way. And here's Meredith's shoulder to Madsen. Sessa has Worth with the through pass, decides to go towards the net.
Yeah, and you saw Peyton Worth go for more of an end-line pass. Sessa, I think, was thinking she was going to cut toward goalkeeper Skubish, so just a miscommunication there.
Zimmer working outside to come in. Could not get the angle enough, but it was just enough to get that long hit. Wattis now trying to work quickly and run through, but unfortunately it'll be a hit going the opposite way.
That's a tough move for Wattis. She was in a 1v3 situation. Trying to dribble through 3 UNC defenders is not what you want to see. That was something that Northwestern really harped on, was the fact that they wanted that simple connection, that passing sequence together, not so much individual efforts. And so that's something that, you know, Northwestern really needs to change coming into the second half and beyond, is find that simple connection, working together to maneuver the ball, not so much individual effort.
Our first card of the game will go to number 2, Lauren Wattis. So a opportunity here for Carolina, player up. Two minutes here off of the green card. Sessa sliding through the corner, looking for the corner to be called. A nice job coming out of it is Kayla Blast. That is why she is the Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Year.
Such composure, so steady in the backfield for the Cats. Sessa extremely creative once inside the circle, but again, Blast just able to keep her composure, help with that interception.
Wow, what a nice solid flat pass from Bakers to Zimmer. Northwestern, a team with plenty of firepower all season long. You see their average 18.50 today.
Yeah, and again, UNC's defense has been absolutely locked down. Doing a really good job containing the firepower of Northwestern outside the circle, getting those tackles, and being really composed inside the circle.
Back to even strength we are. So full strength now. Marshall trying to carry that ball around. Hit from the spot just outside the circle. Trying to work that end line, see if they can't garner a corner. But the Defensive Player of the Year and MOP from the ACCs, Meredith's shoulder there to turn that one away.
Just an absolute rock in the backfield. You know, and we talked with Karen Shelton about Meredith's shoulder. She said she's just got such a hockey IQ. You don't see her turn the ball over. She's just very smart and possessive with the ball. She is an exceptional piece of why we've had as much success over the last 5-6 years as we have. This is her 6th season, and she knows this is the last time wearing her jersey and trying to go out with a bang today.
Adversity certainly has been with Meredith's shoulder throughout her career. You get a different perspective when you watch from the sidelines with an injury.
Yeah. You know, and Meredith Schulter didn't play a whole lot either her freshman or sophomore year. Got injured her junior year after committing herself to her fitness and nutrition, and you know, coach challenged her, and here she is making a big statement.
15 minutes of hockey remaining in the season. 3 quarters in the books, and everyone understands what's on the line. Aggressive play by both sides, fighting for that ball, fighting for that goal, and fighting for a national championship. The championship trophy is waiting for the Wildcats or the Tar Heels here in Storrs, Connecticut. As we begin the 4th quarter of play, we talk about the Cardiac Cats. Suzanne, pretty accustomed to it from 2021.
Yeah, you know, coming back, playing one of the best goalkeepers in the country, and Liberty able to get a 2-0 win to hoist the trophy last season.
2 goals in the 4th quarter of play. They held on. The defense was stellar against a very potent Liberty offense, stifling them on the day. And Tracy Fuchs and her Wildcats coming home with the national championship trophy for the first time, 2-0. Karen Shelton and her team has something to say about that. They want this opportunity to win their 10th national championship. 15 minutes away from crowning a national champion. Worth trying to slide it down the end line, unable to do so. Nice job by the defense, says that ball will be retained by the Wildcats.
Yeah, that was definitely part of their game plan, Leah. You know, we talked with Coach Fuchs about that, and North Carolina loves to drive the baseline and send the ball back at an angle, and you know, that's a low percentage shot from the baseline, and so being able to defend that, if you're Northwestern, that was one of their big keys coming into today's game, was being able to not give up corners in those low percentage shots, and great ball there.
Out, Bente Bakers upside to Wattis, sends it across. Abigail Taylor just watching it slide through.
Yeah, great connection there, and a quick restart for Northwestern to be able to outlet that ball into Bakers. Great vision up to Halsey.
National championship on the line. The intangible factor, the wind and the cold. Very difficult for these players to handle their sticks and give them some of that finishing touch that they normally have with those hands.
Peyton Halsey trying to get that takeaway, pleading her case. Wanted to come up with that shot. Yeah, you know, to go back to your point, Leah, you do see a lot of the players wearing gloves now. The sun is starting to set here in Connecticut, so the temperature is dropping. The winds are whipping. It is cold. Luckily, these players at this point are still running on adrenaline.
Nice soft pass towards the sideline to Matson. Tries to go up over the top of Shannon Daly. And Daly coming away with it, protecting the ball.
Yeah, that was really great vision to send that lead ball by Riley Heck.
Bakers looking to reset quickly. Pulls it back.
Bakers' defensive effort, that was something that Tracy Fuchs talked a lot about after the Maryland game, was Bakers' ability to come back and put pressure on the ball. You saw just that. She was able to come up with that turnover because of her ability to come back and press that ball.
The NCAA Women's College Cup begins Friday, December 2nd, 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. For more information, visit ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Bakker's looking, assessing. Riley Heck helping out.
You see why Riley Heck was named the Freshman of the Year for the ACC. She has been sensational for the Heels. We talk all about Erin Matson and her accolades. Well, Riley Heck and Ashley Sessa, 2 freshmen coming in.
Look at this! Bakker swipes at it! My goodness! It was there!
And you could see Bakker's eyes as big as saucers. She had the whole close post and just over-rotates when she connects with that ball to pull it wide. A great opportunity, a great cross ball there for Northwestern. She'll want that one back.
That would be the first shot of the game for the Wildcats. Can they mount something here? Wattis' shot a little wild from the top. They said it was okay. And again, a judgment call if you're a fan of this game. Can be high. It's in open space. They'll let it go. They did let it go there. Wildcats with a second opportunity. And Abigail Taylor knocks it away. But it was already out, so it'll be a 16 coming out.
Yeah, you just don't want anybody in your direct path. You know, when you lift that ball or when it bounces up in the air and it becomes a dangerous ball, as long as there's nobody in the direct path, it should be a play-on situation.
Leah Marshall waiting for the defense of Carolina to come on to her. Tar Heels kind of settling back, allowing some time to tick off the clock just a little bit.
Yeah, you can feel that the Tar Heels have slowed down their pace of play. They want to play possessive. It's clock management at this point. They're going to take the opportunities when they're granted, but they're going to play very patient.
Nicely done, broken up on the play. Jones was there, but back to Carolina. Again, this is Sessa now wearing number 40. Trying to turn the corner. Nice held whistle there. No advantage. So on the restart, it's Heck.
You can see the bounce of the ball. Seen quite a few mistraps today. The dry turf.
This game has been a great learning tool for maybe some younger players who are watching. We talk about how the game has grown, Suzanne. And I'm sure you've seen it from the days that you've played. Not looking for straight players who are forward or a back, but somebody who has the ability to play the back, to play the forward. And a lot of these players, we have seen it today.
Well, and you got to be versatile. And it doesn't matter what side of the ball you're actually on. You're going to play both sides of the ball regardless. If you're a forward, you better know that you're the first line of defense, so you better be able to have an active stick, play great defense, and vice versa. You see a lot of attacking middies, even center backs find their way up to the attacking circle. So yes, being versatile with how fast this game is now is imperative. It's part of the sport.
Leah Marshall once again in the midst, breaking up that play. 17 in black, so important. Meredith Shoulder breaking it up the opposite way too. She was trying to thread one through to Peyton Worth. Not able to, but the clock continues to tick. Heck, who already has one goal, looks straight at Skubish. She could have probably taken it in a little bit further, Suzanne.
Well, and she had Erin Matson on the far post. It would have been a better option just to dish that ball off to Matson. You see Matson right there on the far post. All she would have had to do is just cross that ball, and she had Skubish off her angle.
Marshall with a little bit of space, gets it to Zimmer on the outside. Here comes the blazing speed of Zimmer.
Nice! What?
No way. Under 5 minutes to go. And Meredith Shoulder once again with the stop.
Just a defensive stalwart in the backfield for the Heels.
Sessa with some room, flips it up ahead.
It's a great ball.
Hunter is there to kind of guide it down and track it away. But that was actually tipped off of a Wildcat, I believe. No, it was not. It'll be a hit coming out. So we'll keep an eye here now as we move towards 4 minutes to play. When will Tracy Fuchs potentially pull Annabelle Skubish for that extra player? And they have. They have done so right now. No, they have not. No, they have not. Skubish went behind the goal, fooled me for a moment, went to get some defensive equipment out of the way. I was thinking, what is she doing? Whistle.
Yeah, North Carolina wants to keep this ball on their attacking side, whereas Northwestern, on the other hand, wants to make sure they're putting on the full press, getting the ball into their attacking third if possible, to be able to make that transfer if necessary.
And the pressure here by Carolina is really not allowing Northwestern to get that extra player on the field because of where the ball is right now. It was actually the defensive equipment that's blowing onto the field that Skubish was trying to track down. Here's a run here. Aaliyah Marshall up ahead. And it'll be a long hit as Skubish looks over.
And now it's going to be the time, Leah.
It is the time. Skubish being called to the sidelines.
Chloe Relford waits for Skubish, tags in.
Chloe Relford having what ended up being the game-winning goal in the semifinals against Maryland in open net. Comes in as the extra player now for the Wildcats, penetrating into the circle. Sietska Bruning taking all the time that she possibly can off of the clock right now. 2 minutes to go, roughly. And they look for a corner, and the Wildcats get the corner call.
Northwestern finally gets their first corner of the game. You see Bruning unable to get under that ball. A great active stick by the press of Northwestern. Comes back up with that ball. Gets the foot inside the circle, and they get their first corner, Leah, of the game.
This is a team that has been so efficient on their corner plays. See that number is 28 goals of 61 scored coming on the set piece for the Wildcats.
You gotta think it's gonna be on the stick of Bente Bakers. She has been exceptional, so much velocity on her sweep. But I know North Carolina has put together a great DPC unit to be able to combat the corners.
Bakers and Wattis, 3 and 2 respectively up top. Goes to Bente, the big swipe and a score! The Wildcats have tied it up!
Cardiac Cats. Leah, what a clutch corner by Bente Bakers. She finds the close post as you see Abigail Taylor going down under her stick side. And we have a tie ball game, Leah.
For Bente Bakers, that is her 25th of the season. And no bigger goal in her career right now. Second in the nation in scoring is Bakers, under 2 minutes to go. Skubish now back in goal for the Wildcats. And we are tied at 1. Here's Bente. Taken away by Romeo Ricardo.
Great lead ball there.
Peyton Worth trying to get that inside track. Was there an obstruction? No, there wasn't. They played through, and Peyton Worth with the goal has given the Carolina Tar Heels the advantage.
That was an exceptional lead up. That's why you use the aerial ball, Leah. She sees the space. She sends it long down into the ball. Peyton Worth able to collect that ball. Able to get it into the circle for a shot, and North Carolina again on top.
We're going to have a review. Northwestern calling for a review.
Okay, I'll take a look beforehand, specifically looking for a back stick.
So looking for on that slide of that ball, if the back, the wrong side of the stick, not the flat side of the stick was used. So that was what Chris Portier will be looking at in his official review.
Yeah, Leah, on that initial review, I did not see it go on the back stick. This might be a better angle here, though. Great collection there by Peyton Worth. That looks like a clean reverse sweep to me, Leah. But if you're Northwestern, you have to make that call. You have to try for the referral.
Ayana. There's no clear reason to change your decision. We start at the 50, and Northwestern loses their referral.
So Peyton Worth with the goal, 2-1 now, with 1:19 to go in this game. The goal stands. And for Worth, just her 6th goal of the season. But how quickly the Tide went, that quick action down the field. You talked about the aerial ball and the importance of it all season long. And with that goal, they have taken Skubish back off the field for the extra field player. So Northwestern has the extra field player now on the field. Skubish is off. And they've actually given the goal to Aaron Matson. And Worth picking up the assist. Under a minute to go.
What a game, Leah. This is why we love this sport so much.
Peyton Worth taking as much time as she possibly can. And the Wildcats just trying to converge on the ball right now. Ball going out of play. Clock is ticking, 15 seconds. They need to bring that ball back. Clock continuing to run. And the Carolina Tar Heels have completed the undefeated season for the 6th time, culminating to their 10th unprecedented national championship.
How apropos, Leah, that last goal was given to Erin Matson. She will raise the trophy for her 4th time in 5 years in Carolina blue. The end to an amazing legacy for Matson and the other seniors. Carolina, and what a battle Northwestern put up. What a game.
An incredible season for Northwestern as well. What a comeback. Once again, they finished the season at 20-5 on the year. And nearly the Cardiac Cats coming back in this one. But it's a day for the Tar Heels, their 10th national championship. Peyton Worth, key on that last goal, setting it up for Erin Matson, who just barely tipped it in. 7 seniors for North Carolina going out with a national championship trophy, and the celebration is on in stores. The difference in this game, one last run with 1:19 to go in the contest. And a rush at the opposite end of the field. The Tar Heels with the game winner, 2-1 for the national championship.